By the second week, Olivia's confidence had noticeably wavered. She had assumed that her mockery, her casual arrogance, and her constant comparisons to her ex would provoke predictable reactions: anger, pleading, or desperation. None of that happened. Instead, she was met with calm, deliberate composure. I had removed the emotional leverage she relied upon, and that realization slowly began to unsettle her. Then came the moment I had been preparing for. A mutual friend mentioned in passing that I had been seen out with colleagues at a charity event, smiling, confident, enjoying life. Olivia's face paled when she heard this. The man she had dismissed, belittled, and mocked was not only surviving without her. He was thriving. The contrast between her smug expectations and the reality she now faced hit her harder than any argument could have. I didn't confront her directly. There was no shouting match, no public embarrassment, no dramatic showdown. The power of absence and self-possession was far more effective. Olivia had assumed control, but in quietly stepping away from her provocations, I had flipped the dynamic entirely. Her attempts at control were meaningless against patience, strategy, and calm authority. As the days passed, she tried to engage me in conversation, to explain, to charm, even to manipulate. I responded only minimally, always composed, never reactive. My silence carried a weight far heavier than any words. Every message she sent, every phone call she made, was a reminder that she could no longer dictate the terms of interaction. She had learned, slowly and painfully, that underestimating someone's patience and strategic thinking comes at a price. Eventually, Olivia admitted her miscalculation, albeit subtly. Her tone softened, her smirks faded, and her comparisons stopped. She realized that the man she had taken for granted was not the same person who would respond impulsively to every slight. I had reclaimed my authority, my peace, and my sense of self, not through confrontation but through calm, deliberate, and controlled action. By the end of the month, the weight of betrayal had been replaced by clarity and empowerment. I had vanished, yes, but in doing so, I had demonstrated the ultimate lesson. Arrogance, manipulation, and dismissiveness have consequences, and true control lies not in drama, but in composure and strategy. Olivia's laughter, once a tool of provocation, now echoed as a reminder of her misjudgment. In the end, the victory was mine, not through words, not through anger, but through silence, strategy, and the quiet reclamation of my life. Sometimes, the most powerful response to betrayal isn't revenge in the traditional sense. It's walking away, composed and unshaken, leaving the other person to face the consequences of their own choices. And in that quiet, unshakable empowerment, I found freedom, dignity, and the ultimate satisfaction that comes from reclaiming control of my life.